Cathy Engelbert can't do her damn job. It's as simple as that. Adam Silver shouldn't be having to step in and clean up your mess, Cathy. You went on an entire diatribe about the growth of this league, all while failing to mention Caitlin Clark. And that was done intentionally. You can't tell me the marketing team. You can't tell me Diana Taurasi. You can't.
The silence is deafening. The basketball world has been set ablaze, not by a buzzer beater, but by a glaring omission, a failure of leadership so profound that it has forced the hand of the NBA's commissioner. This is the story of how Adam Silver, the steward of the entire basketball empire, was compelled to intervene in a league he doesn't even run, all because of a stunning dereliction of duty by WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. The titan of the sport, Adam Silver, is cleaning up a mess he never should have had to touch. At the center of this storm is Caitlin Clark, the generational talent whose gravity has bent the entire sport of women's basketball to her will. Her arrival in the WNBA has been a cultural earthquake, shattering attendance records, demolishing television ratings, and dragging the league into the mainstream conversation with a force not seen since the days of Sheryl Swoopes and Lisa Leslie. Yet, incredibly, as the league's metrics skyrocketed, Engelbert stood before the cameras and delivered a State of the League address that read like a history book with a chapter ripped out. She listed investors, veteran players, and marketing groups, praising everyone except the one name that mattered most. It was a snub so obvious, so deliberate, that it was a violation of the unspoken code of leadership. When you are the commissioner of a league, you champion its engine. Cathy Engelbert, however, seemed intent on ignoring the engine, the fiery, competitive soul of Caitlin Clark, as if her inclusion would somehow diminish the achievements of others. But Adam Silver understands the power of a superstar. He saw the officiating turning physical, the narrative turning sour, and the league's savior being targeted on the court and erased off it. He had to step in. He had to speak for a league that seemed confused about its own success.
Around that, not as to whether that was a flagrant foul or not. Obviously, the league decided after the fact that not only a foul should have been called, but it was a flagrant foul. Yes, we need to improve WNBA officiating, and there's lots of work to do on NBA officiating as well. But I really think there's an opportunity to support Caitlin and say, let her be the best basketball player she can be. Adam Silver had to step in because Cathy Engelbert cannot do.
Adam Silver's intervention was not just about a single play. It was about a systemic failure that was threatening to derail the WNBA's golden era. The moment Adam Silver addressed the officiating of Caitlin Clark's games, he was drawing a line in the sand. He was signaling that the league could not afford to let its brightest star become a victim of a prehistoric style of play, a let-them-play mentality that serves no one. Cathy Engelbert's inaction had created a vacuum where physicality had veered dangerously close to intent to injure. When Adam Silver pointed out that the league itself admitted that not only was a foul missed, but it was a flagrant foul, he wasn't just critiquing referees. He was indicting the entire ecosystem that Cathy Engelbert oversees. The narrative shifted immediately. The focus was no longer on whether Caitlin Clark could handle the physicality of the pros, a tired trope used to justify brutality, but on whether the league under Cathy Engelbert's watch had the competence to protect its greatest product. This forced involvement from Adam Silver reeks of a parent being called into the principal's office. For Cathy Engelbert, it was a humiliating admission that she was incapable of managing the basic tenets of game integrity. Adam Silver's message was clear: let Caitlin Clark play, let Caitlin Clark be great. Do not allow the game to be reduced to a wrestling match because your officials are afraid to blow the whistle. The long-term strategic consequence of this intervention is that Adam Silver has now tacitly placed the NBA's oversight over the WNBA's most crucial asset. This is no longer just Cathy Engelbert's league when it comes to Caitlin Clark. It is Adam Silver's priority.
Mention Caitlin Clark. And that was done intentionally. You can't tell me the marketing team. You can't tell me Diana Taurasi. You can't tell me, this investment group or that. You can't tell me all of these things and tell me you forgot the name Caitlin Clark. You can't convince me of that.
The psychology behind Cathy Engelbert's behavior is a masterclass in self-sabotage. When Adam Silver has to highlight your most obvious missteps, it points to a leadership crisis at the highest level. How could Cathy Engelbert sit on a diet tribe? As the commentator noted, espousing the growth of the league and intentionally omit the name Caitlin Clark. It defies all logic. It suggests that Cathy Engelbert viewed Caitlin Clark not as a rising tide that lifts all boats, but as a threat to the established order she helped build. This protective jealousy of the old guard, perhaps influenced by voices like Diana Taurasi, who famously dismissed Caitlin Clark's transition to the pros, had poisoned the commissioner's office. Cathy Engelbert was listening to the wrong voices. She was catering to the veterans who felt slighted by the new kid on the block, rather than embracing the phenomenon that was saving their league. The physical hurdles for Caitlin Clark are not just on the court, they are in the front office. Comparing this to previous league eras, one can only imagine what a commissioner like David Stern would have done. David Stern understood that you market your stars, you don't hide them, you ride the lightning. Cathy Engelbert is attempting to hold back a hurricane with a paper umbrella. By failing to credit Caitlin Clark, she gave tacit permission for the old heads to continue their vendetta. It created a toxic us versus them environment.
Adam Silver has had to step in and address this thing because you can't do your damn job. And since you clearly can't do your damn job, you should be fired. You should be fired. It's that simple. It's that damn simple. Adam Silver should not have to walk in and do cleanup duty for you every time you can.
The financial and team chemistry implications of Adam Silver's forced intervention are seismic. When Adam Silver has to overrule the WNBA commissioner, it signals to sponsors and partners that the leadership is broken. It creates a crisis of confidence. Why would a major corporation invest heavily in a league that is actively seeking to downplay its own MVP-caliber rookie in Caitlin Clark? The narrative of the Caitlin Clark effect is the entire value proposition for the WNBA's next media rights deal. Cathy Engelbert's failure to protect Caitlin Clark from the physical onslaught is one thing. Her failure to protect Caitlin Clark's legacy through public praise is an entirely different, more sinister, franchise-altering mistake. By snubbing Caitlin Clark, she alienated a fanbase that is fiercely loyal to the Iowa star. She also alienated the players who thrive off of Caitlin Clark's spotlight, as even they are seeing their viewership rise because of her. The high-stakes climax of this story is not just about one game or one foul call. It is about the future of the league itself. For every moment that Cathy Engelbert remains in her position without giving a full-throated mea culpa regarding Caitlin Clark, she damages the brand. Adam Silver has essentially become the shadow commissioner for the WNBA's biggest story. The predictions are grim for Engelbert if she doesn't change course. The influx of talent coming in the next few drafts will also be looking to Caitlin Clark as the standard. If the WNBA commissioner is seen as an adversary to their peer, the league will fracture. Adam Silver's presence in this narrative proves that the NBA is preparing to absorb the fallout. He will not let Cathy Engelbert ruin Caitlin Clark's ascension. He will not allow Caitlin Clark to be diminished because of her own commissioner's incompetence. The financial reward for properly marketing Caitlin Clark is in the billions. The cost of Cathy Engelbert's current path is the obsolescence of the WNBA's relevance.